keys. Um, are and the ability to describe a key, which probably describes the horrors that are inside of the. Maybe not. I'm not telling you. It'll be fine. Uh, it
All right, so I
basically, long story
described the
short,
small key.
right. Every time you enter a room, whoever has the ring describes the key that opens the door.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start it off. So the key that I'm using to open the door is basically made with wrought iron, and small notches appear to be inlaid on the sides of the key. They appear to be like Nordic runes, like, and they're fairly detailed, although they've been worn over time. So like half of them are actually like, worn over, or they're hard. They're almost illegible. You can barely see them or make heads or tails of it. At the end of the key is a the part that goes into the door. It has a bit of a I want to say like white paint, but like it's been like splattered on it.
Interesting.
So I'm confused. I'm in front of the door. Bluebeard said never to go into, or I'm like outside out front.
So you're in, we'll say um for the sake of this, Bluebeard has just left for his business trip, and he has left you in the care of the servants. He's left you in kind of the main dining hall. You've just eaten breakfast. Um that's kind of where you are right now. You
So I'm gonna go exploring.
you do see servants are kind of lining the room, but none of them will make eye contact with you. They're looking down at the ground. Is there somewhere in the house that you want to go specifically? Um,
I guess I'd like to go out into the main foyer, or wherever it is
okay,
connects all the other rooms.
okay. Um, yeah. So interesting. Um, so one of the servants leads you to a room. Um, one of the servants, kind of in their state of not looking at you, but obviously paying attention to you. I'm not quite sure logistically how that works. It doesn't really matter. Um, sees you fingering the or playing with it in your hand, the that key, and when they see you stand up, starts to lead you toward a room um that is or towards the room that the key goes to. The door on the outside is wooden. um it has some more of those um those runes carved into the door, and then there is an opening with a piece of glass that has some more of that same wrought iron over the glass on the door. Um what do you what do you do next?
So I'm in the foyer. I'm looking at this new door, or this is the go out into the foyer.
You've been kind of led down a hallway um off of the foyer.
Interesting. Can I talk to the servant and ask what this room is?
Um Are you using a move on it?
Well,
Or are you
I
just
guess.
she
I actually, I don't know if it's a tense situation or not. This is kind of where I didn't want to go, or at least I feel like I'm being led astray somewhere.
Oh,
So
and
I'd like to take stock.
you'd like to take stock in the situation. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find disorganized because I don't have the moves.
So I'd like to know if any traps have been laid for the bride.
Not that you can tell from the door. She'll tell you this was a room in which many of Bluebeard's brides spent time in for various reasons. She's never been in the room, or she'll tell you, I've never been in the room myself, ma'am. I've just seen them go into the room. Sometimes they'll call me to bring them stuff, but I I can't.
Well, I just very well. I guess I'll see what's behind this door, and I open the door.
Okay. In the room, you you discover what looks to be some sort of ritual circle with runes that kind of are outside of the circle. Certain runes are outside of the circle. Some of them are inside. You see them line the walls. It smells very earthy in there. There's dirt floor. Um, the walls are stone. You see a stone table. You might think of it as an altar. There are candles all around the room. What do you do next?
So I think at this point, the other sisters can make maiden moves, but only I can do ring moves.
Correct. And if somebody wants to investigate something, let me know.
I'll open it up to demolition real quick if they want to investigate something.
The Fatale or the Witch?
Not right now.
What'd you say? There was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So inside the room, you said there's like a ritual area.
Yep. It's a ritual circle of some sort. You're probably the one that's most familiar with that kind of stuff, but I don't want to give you that information. Never mind. I'm not answering that question. You know, you know what it is for that it's a ritual circle of some sort.
Okay. And I can investigate the object. I don't have to wait for anyone else to do anything.
Correct.
Okay. So it says, when you investigate a mysterious object from a room, ask 2.
So I'm going to stop you because you're going to ask about the ritual circle, correct?
Yes.
So the ritual circle isn't something you can take with you as an object.
I have to do. It's something I have to be able to pick up.
Yes. Well, okay. Not now that I'm looking at the questions. No, the token at the end of the room needs to be an object that you can take out of the room.
Oh. Okay.
So, and continue. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So I can look at the ritual circle and ask a couple of questions.
2. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I want to know whose ritual circle it is, who works here, and then what about it is odd or uncanny.
Okay. I'm going to answer what's odd or uncanny about it for you, Witch. It seems to be littered with bones. and it's like a larger number than what you have ever used in a ritual ever. And whose item this was this? Interesting. You can tell that it hasn't been used recently. The markings that make the circle look like they have been rubbed off. You suspect it's one of Bluebeard's former brides from quite a bit ago.
So it definitely seems like a bride's thing to me and not a servant.
Correct.
Okay.
Because even though the walls are rock, the candles, you know that it's sometimes hard to, or you're used to candles being difficult to come by. So you believe that it's a bride because of that.
Okay.
Forget it.
Okay, so now that I've just, because I'm confused about the play of this, just now that I've done that, what would I do?
So you
like
can't. I mean, remember there is a table. You know that someone can investigate the bones.
Can I just continuously investigate things? Like, I guess is there a number of times that we could do something? Do we have to take turns, or do I just do whatever?
That's a good question. I would like you all to take a turn,
Okay.
so that not one person is taking over the whole story.
I wanted to investigate the bones, and I wanted to see what memories they held.
Yeah.
And why Bluebeard keeps this item.
Yeah. So as you begin to investigate the bones, you realize that more of them than not are human finger bones.
Oh damn.
And you notice they're human finger bones. Since you've lived on farmland and within farms, you've seen farmers' hands after many, many years of work. And you suspect that, or really any menial labor, you suspect that this person did some sort of menial labor. Why does Bluebeard keep this item? Like I said, this room clearly hasn't been used in a long time. You see the dirt has settled, all over. And I think, so in this case he keeps it because it's one of those rooms that he doesn't really have a use for. It's almost out of laziness that he keeps this item.
And can we take stock of what's here? I'm feeling kind of unsettled with the bones on the ground, so
Yeah.
I'd like to know if there's any horror here hidden for
Well,
the bride.
Right now is when you notice that all of the candles in the room, most of which were unlit, all of a sudden, what's the word I'm looking for? Flicker is not the word. Burst into flame, and the room becomes suddenly brighter, and you have a much clearer picture of what the inscriptions on the wall and the runes are. They're also since you took stock in the bones, Fatale, there also